If you take a long time to make something, then you never know when it reaches the world, it will just be subject to complete indifference or, just disappear into the void. Usually it's a really strange way of working where we kind of create this skeleton and we create a very specific structure, and then we bring in one by one musicians or in groups to kind of build around that skeleton, and then we add and subtract from it. It probably has more in common with film music or something like this in terms of the process. Yeah, it's collaboration in a different way. You can never get too caught up in your own genius, and you have to kind of be quite sort of have a certain kind of contempt for your own ideas and allow just everything outside of it to overtake it, overwhelm it, and make it exceed it. I love the process of you have this naive little idea in your head of how the piece of music will be, and you bring in a musician and they, with all their skills and their ideas and their feeling, they kind of transform it into something that is greater than anything you could ever have considered yourself. Well, what it is you start out in a complete state of chaos, and you have no idea. Very, very slowly you might encounter little signposts that show you a direction, and then you cling onto those, and it might be just one sound, like we have on this album. I just made this recording of a bell, and from that one sound, sort of other sounds started to cluster around it, and then you start to understand what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of, because I think the worst thing is to have too many different kinds of sounds, because if you have everything, then you have nothing really. You've got to be quite discerning about which sounds, Like on this record, there's bells, there's church organ, there's a little bit of like brass, and then voices, and piano, and there's nothing else really. It's quite strict. Yeah, that was a song that we had. I always knew it would be a duet, but I never really faced the question of who that person would be that I'd be singing with. She just messaged us and we got chatting, and then it became obvious. She's totally unique, out of this world voice. I think there aren't many people that are totally just themselves and nothing else, but she's one of them. And I love also just singing with someone like her, where she's got so much beauty in her voice that I can just be even uglier, and I can be the beast. Elisa's another incredible singer, and so she's got a really soulful voice, and again, it's I love the thing of singing with her because it meant I can make my voice even uglier and create that contrast, which is really fun to do. I would love to actually sing with her again, because we're thinking we might come back to Portugal next year, and she might join us for those gigs. I need to email her and sort of see if she's around. Well, I think when I'm writing music, I'm always, I don't just write for my own voice. I'll have ideas that I could never possibly do, so then it becomes this matter of finding someone, and you always kind of rely on a miracle to bring you to this person.